The UFC 330 press conference took place on Thursday. The event featured Islam Makhachev, Ian Machado Garry, Mackenzie Dern, and Gillian Robertson. Interest in the proceedings appeared to wane significantly compared to recent history. The previous event for UFC 329 reached a live audience of 211,000 people. By comparison, only 28,000 viewers tuned in for the UFC 330 session. The interaction between the fighters remained mostly calm throughout the event. Tensions rose briefly during an exchange between Islam Makhachev and Ian Machado Garry. Islam Makhachev grew tired of being interrupted while he was speaking. He eventually told Ian Machado Garry to shut up.
Let's talk about the GOAT, about the old numbers after my career, because
he'd be proud of him.
I'm still,
look at what he's done.
Still winning, you know, by all opponents.
Sorry, chap,
and it's just next target, we will make my job, and after that 20 win streak, let's see what Dana says.
Can I answer that though? He'd be proud of him. Look at what he's done in the sport. He's carried the flag for his country.
Bro,
he won 2 world titles.
Lose your fence.
It's impossible for any man not to be proud of what this man has done.
Shut up.
He's the best fighter on the planet.
We got one more? Go ahead, what do you got?
All right.
Very good.
Right here's good. Right here's
very
good.
Loud. I love it. It's all energy. Energy comes in every way, shape and form. Anger, love, joy, hate. All of it gets soaked in, and all of it, I'm ready to go out there and show the world on Saturday night. I'm the best in the world.
Там плохо было слышно, что он говорит, я не понимал, но я думаю, с каждой секунды у него фанатов становится все меньше и меньше.
I'm still a very small channel, so if you're enjoying this video, please hit that like and subscribe. It really helps me grow. Let's get back to the news. Islam Makhachev has expressed confidence in his stand-up striking, referencing his bouts with Alexander Volkanovski and Dustin Poirier. Yet, he acknowledges that striking exchanges can make a fight unnecessarily difficult.
Fight where I strike with these guys is more this like hard fight for me, you know. That's why if wrestling not working, grappling not working, I can strike with anyone. But if I want the easy win, I have to take them down and finish them.
Sure. And Ian Garry said that becoming a vegan kind of took his performance to another level. Is that something you'd ever consider?
No, it's not Dagestan.
Islam Makhachev has outlined his ambition to reach 20 consecutive wins in the UFC. He intends to set a record that remains difficult for future fighters to surpass. Regarding this pursuit, Islam Makhachev said, "I want to reach 20 consecutive wins and make my record nearly impossible to break."
I think we beat all records already, that's why we have to maybe make the 20 title and 20 win streak. It's gonna be good, you know, if we make 20. After that, now I have 17, 16, but if it's gonna be 20, I think no one gonna beat this record.
Yeah, and you know, Ilya just lost, so that streak's over. All the guys who were sort of kind of on your heels, they've lost, right? So yeah, that I don't know if that ever gets broken, and certainly not for a long time.
The guy Mausari Loy, this guy is a tough guy. He will fight for the title next, and he can beat also. That's why we have to make 20 to be sure.
Right. You gotta make some distance.
Everybody.
Ian Garry faces Islam Makhachev for the welterweight title. Garry possesses advantages in height and reach. Makhachev anticipates his grappling and experience will secure the victory. The stakes are high, with any misstep potentially deciding the outcome.
We've been here on the last training camp when he was fighting MSG. We came one day for a weekend here in Philly. So yeah, there's I think a bunch of photos on the social media from the last October month here with the Rocky.
Islam Makhachev and Daniel Cormier recently reunited for a professional discussion. The two met before the upcoming UFC 330 event. Their conversation took an unexpected turn as the interview progressed. Islam Makhachev spent the duration of the session teasing and mocking his former teammate. The athlete maintained a lighthearted approach while repeatedly poking fun at Daniel Cormier.
Say it. Say what you're gonna say. How fat are you? Say it.
You 190 fat. Who is the have biggest show? You, Mighty Mouse, or Alexander?
Mighty Mouse have biggest.
Okay.
Very good number.
But your podcast is
Very
like
good.
number 2, yeah?
Yeah, it's doing very well.
Like always number 2.
Yeah. Oh, yeah? You want to be that fucking guy? Really? Jesus. Can't even sit down for 2 minutes. All right.
Bro, I don't open my podcast. You become number 3, bro. Bro,
Islam.
You sit right now is the best fighter in the world.
So my son now is in high school. I didn't send him to Dagestan, and he's getting pretty good at wrestling. Very good.
What he win? What's the best tournament?
Well, he hasn't been to any of those big ones yet.
How you know? Like my son, he is very good.
I know.
Show me the numbers, bro.
Well, he's not that good. He's getting better.
Bro, you have to come this year.
He does next summer.
Not next summer. How many summer we finish, bro? You don't send him. When he come to Dagestan, it's gonna be time to retire it, bro.
Oh, you got that now? You spending some time around some brother?
Kamaru Usman is the latest fighter to criticize Ian Machado Garry. During a recent episode of the Pound for Pound podcast alongside Henry Cejudo, Kamaru Usman jokingly feigned embarrassment when the topic of their status as teammates arose. Kamaru Usman claimed that Ian Machado Garry was never his friend.
Got Islam Makhachev or Ian Garry, your former teammate.
He was never my friend.
Hey, but think about it. He was your former teammate, dude.
First of all, he trained here. That's one thing about him that he's kind of made visible, is that he does not belong to any gym. He doesn't have an affiliation with anything. He just, he said it himself, he likes to just, he's a journeyman. He likes to travel and just learn from everywhere. And so far, so good. It's worked great for him.
Ian Machado Garry welcomes the challenge of facing Islam Makhachev. He sees it as an opportunity to become world champion. Garry respects Makhachev as one of the UFC's greatest fighters.
I love the fact that the person I have to beat to become the champion of the world is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. The greatest lightweight that's ever stepped foot in the octagon. On the verge of potentially breaking one of the longest records in UFC history. I love that I am getting that person at his peak, because when I win, there is only one thing that people will be able to say: Ian Machado Garry is great.
Bilal Muhammad views Islam Makhachev as the favorite in this matchup, citing his elite wrestling, fight IQ, and strategic planning.
Islam's very good, right? He's good everywhere. He's smart, and they usually come in with a good game plan. So I think with Islam, it's all about cutting the cage off. Cutting the cage off, making Garry uncomfortable on his back foot, closer to the fence. And I think eventually it'll wear on Garry. Gary's very good at, sticking and moving, running, keeping the fight at a very slow pace.
Islam Makhachev recently reflected on his status as the top-ranked pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He acknowledged the significance of this recognition after years of dedication to the sport.
It's the first thing which I like to hear when people just put me in the first place, and I understand, like everybody understand I'm the best fighter. When you spend all your life for this sport, and when you become best fighter, it's great, it's make me happy every day.
Ian Machado Garry is preparing for the specific challenges posed by his upcoming opponent. Addressing the potential for a grappling heavy contest, Ian Machado Garry said, Islam may believe he can drag Ian Garry into his world, but Garry is warning him that this fight won't be that simple.
Can he grab a hold of me, keep a hold of me, get me to the ground, hold me down? Can I stop him taking me down? Can I keep the movement? Can I keep hitting him, keep hurting him? And that's the fight. But I believe it's the most elite version of a striker versus a grappler that we've ever seen in the sport. I think it's the next generation of what MMA has turned into, because Islam is no slouch on the feet. Look at what he did to Jack Della Maddalena. The guy can strike, but we don't talk about it because he's so good at the grappling. And for me, it's very simple. He is a phenomenal fighter in every facet of the game, as am I. And I think this is one of the most well-rounded fights we've ever seen in the UFC, full stop.
Chael Sonnen analyzed the recent media scrum involving Ian Machado Garry. Sonnen noted that Garry's immediate request for reporters to avoid personal questions was unusual. He He suggested this indicates the pressure of his upcoming fight against Islam Makhachev may be mounting.
Islam Makhachev does not have a chance with Ian Garry, not standing on the feet. Ian Garry needs to put Islam unconscious. That's a quote by Ian Garry. Now, is it true? I do know since 1993, we've talked about, well, if it's standing, it's this guy. If it goes to the ground, it's this guy. I do appreciate that, and that narrative isn't completely gone, but it feels very lazy. Let's just reverse the roles, okay? So, Islam can't stand with Ian. Well, let's reverse the roles. Let's say they're on the ground. Can Ian go with Islam? Can he compete? Can he protect himself? If the answer there is no, I'm not sure this should be a world championship fight. But the same thing would be said on the feet. You're telling me that the #1 ranked fighter in the world can't fight standing up? You wanna know who's a good stand-up fighter? You wanna know who's an awesome stand-up fighter? Volkanovski. And do you want to know who beat Volkanovski in a stand-up fight? Islam. You want to know who's a really good stand-up fighter? Teddy Atlas has gone so far as to say the best boxer in MMA is Dustin Poirier. And do you want to know who held his own tit-for-tat with Dustin Poirier standing up? Islam. But I don't fully know what to make.
Islam Makhachev addressed Ian Garry's remarks about their face-off. Makhachev stated he was neither nervous nor uncomfortable. He expressed enjoyment of fight week and confidence heading into the matchup. Makhachev also joked about seeing both championship belts.
Of the face-off yesterday, Ian was in here earlier and he said he felt nervous energy from you in the face-off and that you didn't want to be there. What did you make of that? What do you make of those comments from him?
I don't know how I just not like something I want to go there. Like I've been there before also, and I don't see anything from his eyes. I just see his eyes, and I'm not nervous. This is like my second fight week in my life where I'm enjoying every moment.
Was the last one the first?
Yeah, the last one and this one.
Yeah. And a lot of people are talking about what you two would look like next to each other. Is he much bigger than you? It didn't seem like he was that much taller. Did you notice that as well?
Yeah.
Ian Garry's son is a fan of Islam Makhachev. He hoped to meet the fighter during fight week. Islam Makhachev had to depart after completing his obligations. Ian Garry explained to his son that Islam was busy with his work. He reassured his son that they would see Islam the next day.
I want to say he's going.
Ian, we get a couple shots. Savannah,
we'll see him. Mohammed, take care. We will see him tomorrow. It's okay. Leo, we see him tomorrow. It's okay. He's gone home now.
Today.
Okay, later on tomorrow. Okay, if we
He's
see
asking
him,
why didn't you
if
take
you
the
see
belts?
him, do you want to shake his hand and say hello?
Next time. Oh, baby, next time. I'm sorry, he was rushed. He didn't mean that. He was rushed.
No, he's very busy, okay? When you're the champion, you have a lot of media, okay? You've seen how much stuff that he does. He does the same as me. So he comes, he does his work, and then he's leaving, okay?
Islam Makhachev reacted to reports that the son of Ian Machado Garry was upset after missing an opportunity to meet him. Islam Makhachev said, "I will be happy to meet him, and I will make him happy."
Also, at the face-off yesterday, apparently Ian's son is a big fan of yours, and he wanted to meet you, and he started crying when he couldn't. What do you think of that, and will you give him the opportunity to meet you this week?
Yeah, sure, we will meet him. I don't see him there, but I make him happy.
Ian Machado Garry is preparing for the most significant fight of his career this weekend. He remains focused on his upcoming matchup against Islam Makhachev. Garry said, "I am completely focused on the biggest fight of my career this weekend." He intends to prioritize his strategy and performance inside the octagon.
I've got the biggest fight of my life this weekend. I'm absolutely, completely focused on the fight. So let's stick to the professional stuff. Yeah? Stick to the fighting. Let's talk about the fighting. Let's talk about Islam. Let's talk about the fight, nothing else.
Islam Makhachev acknowledges the fighting skills of Ian Machado Garry. However, he notes that Garry relies heavily on movement and distance management to score points. Regarding his own approach, Islam Makhachev said, "My plan is to close the distance, pressure Garry, catch him, and take him down." He believes this strategy will lead him to victory.
He said good opponents, obviously. Even Habib, he said Ian Garry is a great matchup. What do you think about his skills?
Good, he have great skills, he have good styles. Just for win, he is like working on for the points. A lot of time he run back, just touch, but I will try to close the distance, catch him, take him down.
Stephen Barnhill Jr. discussed the potential size difference between Islam Makhachev and Ian Machado Garry. He stated that the face-off indicated the physical gap was not as significant as perceived. Garry does hold a slight height and reach advantage. This length and frame may influence their matchup.
Islam's got shoes that are a little bit taller. Ian's got shoes that make him a little bit shorter, but they looked about an inch to an inch and a half apart in height, which kind of brings into question a lot of things, because everybody was saying that Ian Garry is going to be the most difficult opponent for Islam Makhachev, not because he knocks people out, not because he possesses that game-changing power just with one shot, but simply because he's a different body frame. He's so much taller than everybody Islam's fought.
Right.
And I went back and I looked at the Moicano face-off. Now, Moicano and Islam were more like on the same height, and Ian does appear to be about an inch to an inch and a half taller, but in reality, it doesn't seem as stark as what everybody was making it out to be. And then you start to think about the reach. You know, it shows a 4-inch reach advantage for Ian.
Tim Welch expects Ian Machado Garry to leverage his physical size at welterweight. Welch noted Garry's ability to control the range with long punches and powerful kicks. Welch said, "He is extremely hungry and confident, even preparing a spot at home for the championship belt."
Is big. Ian Garry has always been a welterweight. There's no chance this guy would ever make 155 pounds. He'll probably walk in the cage, I would say 195 pounds. 6'3", 195 pounds. He's really an expert at fighting at his range and punching people at the end of his punches and teep kicking people 4 feet away from him, stomping their knees. And he's so hungry. And he already made a space in his house for the championship.
Chael Sonnen acknowledges Ian Garry's striking ability. However, Sonnen questions the true value of this praise. Garry is a skilled fighter competing for a championship. Sonnen is hesitant to label him elite without further proof. He suggests striking prowess alone is insufficient at this level.
That Ian Garry is this really great stand-up fighter. I'll drink to that. He's really good at something. He's got an incredible record. He's fighting for a world championship in a sold-out arena. Like, I don't discount his striking. It's just a matter of, I don't know what value to put into that anymore. I don't know. Can you become a great striker without competing in the striking arts? Like, I can't come to you and tell you that Ian Garry was a Golden Gloves anything, or that he was looked at for an Olympic team anyway.
Chael Sonnen questions Ian Garry's status as an elite striker. He notes Garry's fight with Michael Venom. Page ended with Garry initiating grappling. Sonnen challenges the narrative that Garry will dominate striking exchanges. He warns that confidence in Garry's striking may be misplaced. The evidence, Sonnen argues, does not yet support an advantage for Garry on the feet.
You saw Ian Garry outclass on his feet. He fought one really good striker, and that was MVP, and he didn't have that same confidence. There's a lot of grappling in that fight, but that grappling was initiated by Ian Garry. And that's not a put down, that's strategy. I'm just offering with what evidence do you come and a confidence that if it stays standing more than it goes on the ground, it's going to favor Islam. Are you sure about that?
Chael Sonnen addressed the common fan belief that striking is the only path to victory against Islam Makhachev. He argued that there is no evidence to suggest Ian Machado Garry possesses a striking advantage in this matchup. Regarding the necessary strategy, Chael Sonnen said, "Garry can't outpoint Islam. He needs to put him down and finish."
Ian does. It appears he's got to keep him standing. He's got to set him up with something, because he's got to put him down. He can't outpoint him. He doesn't want to go 25 minutes with him. Got to knock him out. That's a good thing. If you're Team Ian Garry, the fact that your athlete knows what time it is, he knows what the task is, it's very, very helpful. I found it to be very encouraging that Ian Garry is aware.
Bisping noted that Islam Makhachev holds a significant advantage in grappling, stating, "Once Islam Makhachev gets his hands on Ian Machado Garry, the grappling battle could quickly turn into a nightmare for the Irishman."
The career of Islam is ridiculous. When you look at the last few fights that he had, the people on his resume, it's insane. Jack Della Maddalena, Renato Moicano, granted on a day's notice, and he made it look easy, got it done in just 4 minutes. Before that, Dustin Poirier submitted him. Alexander Volkanovski 2 times in a row. Charles Oliveira, Bobby Green, Dan Hooker, Thiago Moises. When Thiago Moises was the real deal, when he was a contender, when he was coming up and he was very, very hungry. So as I say, he's on a run. The record of Islam Makhachev is 28 wins and 1 loss with 18 stoppages. And of course, if he can get a hold of Ian Garry and take him down, yeah, it's probably going to be easy. Ian will struggle to get back to his feet, and I don't think he can match Islam in terms of jiu-jitsu or submission grappling, okay? But it's the style that Ian Garry has. It is the length and the reach that he has, and it is his ability to silence out the crowd and not give a damn if you people are booing. If everyone in the arena is throwing their popcorn and the drinks and going, boo, this is garbage, because all Ian Garry is doing is dancing around, popping the jab, throwing the right hand, using push kicks to keep Islam away, he won't care, because on paper, or according to the judges, he's winning the fight. And his job is to win the fight and become the welterweight champion.
Georges St-Pierre has weighed in on a potential matchup between Ian Machado Garry and Islam Makhachev. He identifies the fight as a contest between Garry's high-level striking and Makhachev's grappling. St-Pierre said, "The key moment will come if Islam can take Garry down, because once the fight hits the mat, Makhachev's complete arsenal gives him a major advantage." He concludes that while Garry's striking could disrupt the champion, Makhachev's versatility gives him the edge.
Islam Makhachev, it seems like he might be fighting Ian Machado Garry in August. And what do you make of that matchup?
I think it's going to be a good fight. Ian Garry, it's definitely a tough opponent, very good striker. But Islam, once again, his goal going to be to bring the fight to the ground. If he's able to do that, he's going to have an edge. If Ian Garry is able to keep it on the feet, Ian going to have an edge, so it's going to be interesting. Yeah, Islam has the edge in terms of skills, because he's more well-rounded. He can do it all. And he, especially with his grappling, he's got an edge in that department. And I think that's what he's going to try to go for.
The UFC continues to adjust its active roster with the recent departure of 6 competitors. According to UFC Roster Watch, the organization released Haley Cohen, Bekzat Almakhan, Cody Gibson. Haley Cohen exits the promotion following her formal retirement after a winless 4-fight tenure. Bekzat Almakhan leaves with a record of 1 win and 3 losses. Cody Gibson was removed after failing to secure a victory in his last 3 appearances, bringing his total record within the company to 3 wins and 8 losses. Shailen Nerdenbeck concludes his time in the promotion with an even 3-3 record, though he had not competed since June 2024. Stuart Nickel was released after failing to record a victory in 4 fights. The departure of Jesse Rosas remains unique, as he never appeared in the cage for the promotion, having been forced to withdraw from a scheduled bout against Miles Johns due to a forehead injury. Former professional boxer and Bellator athlete Heather Hardy is currently seeking public support after sustaining a traumatic brain injury. The 44-year-old champion reports that the injury has compromised her vision and left her unable to maintain steady employment. She has established a fundraiser to secure assistance for herself and her daughter, with a goal of $100,000 and current contributions totaling approximately $35,000. Heather Hardy stated that she is facing the hardest fight of her life outside the ring. After years of taking punches for the sport she loved, she suffered a traumatic brain injury. The damage has affected her health, her vision, and her ability to work consistently enough to cover basic living expenses and necessities. Diego Lopez is transitioning to the lightweight division following his victory at UFC Freedom 250. This shift has been under consideration for months. During an interview with AG Fight, he confirmed the move and mentioned that negotiations regarding his next matchup are well underway. He stated that they are already in pretty advanced talks about the next opponent and hope to get it finalized this week. He added that he wants to fight in November at MSG, as it is a good date for him and gives him enough time to adapt his weight a little more for 155. Meanwhile, Darren Till has unofficially moved his bare-knuckle boxing record to 2 wins and no losses. His official debut occurred in May at BKFC 90, where he secured a knockout against Aaron Chalmers. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you never miss the latest MMA news. And I'll see you in the next video.